With Wellness and Recreation. Today we are going to be talking with you about how to do a quick bike check and tune-up on your bike. You do not need a lot of tools or expertise, and we'll walk you through step by step. Doing regular bike checks on your bike is super important to help keep your bike better for longer, as well as be comfortable when you're out riding. Today we are going to be using a couple of simple items. You will need a bike pump, a bike stand, some rags, a bike cleaner, some bike chain lube, and a set of Allen keys. So as you can see, my bike is quite dirty right now. I am going to clean my bike first before we start doing any repairs or maintenance on the bike. I'm going to use a bike cleaner, however you are more than welcome to use just regular warm water and soap as well. Now that my bike is all clean, let's get started. One of the things I like to use to help me remember what I need to do in this process is what I call the ABC quick hand check. Basically, A stands for air, B stands for brakes, C stands for chain, and quick hand check stands for checking your handlebars and the stem and all of the nuts and bolts on your bike. Let's get started with number A. A stands for air. So we want to make sure that the air pressure in our tires are appropriate for our bike. Each bike has a PSI range on your tire. So my bike, since it is a mountain bike, my PSI range is right here, and it is in between 35 and 60 PSI. We want to make sure that the PSI range is appropriate, because if your tire is inflated too much, you could pop the tire, and if it is not inflated enough, you can damage the rim and have a hard time riding. And B is for brakes. We want to check that the brakes are working before we go out on a ride. One way to do this is spin the tire and then engage your brake. If it stops quickly, your brake is good. Also make sure you repeat that on the front as well. C stands for chain. We want to inspect the chain and make sure there's no wear and tear. We also want to make sure that we clean the chain and lube the chain so that it's ready to go out on a ride. I am going to be using a chain brush to clean my chain really quick. You can also just use a rag or a paper towel as well. I'm just going to spin my tire, keeping this chain brush on the bike so that my chain gets nice and clean. Go around a couple of times to make sure you're good to go. I'm now going to remove that, and I'm going to lube our chain. So today I'm going to use a basic chain lube and a rag to lube the chain. Want to make sure that when you are lubing the chain, you are putting a decent amount of chain lube on, but not too much and not too little. Once you get the lube on, pinch the chain and move your chain around. You probably want to repeat this in 2 to 3 different places on your chain to make sure that all of the chain is lubed. Once the chain is lubed, if your bike does have gears, make sure you shift through all the gears to make sure that that chain lube gets in all the spaces and your chain is shifting smoothly. Again, you can just spin your pedal and shift through your whole entire gear set. The last thing we are going to go over is the quick hand check. Basically, we're going to reach up to our handlebars, make sure that they're not loose, lift up the bike, make sure the stem is not loose, and then tighten all the nuts and bolts. You can use a set of Allen keys and just select the Allen key that's appropriate for your bike. Thank you so much for joining us today as we went through how to do a quick bike check and tune-up. Please let us know in the comments below if there are any other bike skills that you want to know about, and go pack!